What's happening, people, and welcome to episode 4 of the Three Nerdsketeers podcast. This one's called Please Don't Send Us Your Questions or I Might Offend You. This is a show where we talk about movies, games, TV shows, and all the kind of nerdy shit we all love. My name is Jim, and with me, unfortunately, forever, is Kyle.
Hi.
And Callum.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
So, what's happening, bitches?
Callum? Kyle? Yeah, not much.
Okay.
Yeah, what did I do? Show my girlfriend Attack the Clones. It's that time of the Star Wars saga.
This is probably worth an entire episode, isn't it?
Ongoing.
It's worth a small, brief mention, and then we're going to proceed.
Pretend it never happened.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so go.
She didn't like this one too much. I don't blame her.
No.
Her
How did you feel?
biggest beef was the dialogue, and
I
was like, yeah, blame George for that one.
blame George for all of it.
But yeah, just watching it again, because this is the one I always kind of avoid. It's not something I go back and I'm like, yeah, Star Wars Episode 2.
Yeah.
So I kind of picked up a couple of details that I'd glazed over.
Oh
to
yeah,
see
yeah.
the terrible
I
thing.
remember.
I didn't even know that. Is he called Ponder the Lesser, the Geonosian leader? Is the
Fuck
first
knows.
one to show the Death Star plans, and he gives them to Count Dooku.
See, you messaged this us the other day, and I'm not nearly as knowledged up on Star Wars as you two, but I knew that.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I remember that.
just had no fucking clue.
Yeah. I mean, like, to be honest, isn't that like at least an hour into the film, isn't it? Maybe 2?
At least. It's
Yeah,
when
it's
it's
coming
when the
to the
clones
end.
are attacking the base.
Yeah, exactly. So at that point, Callum, I mean, you'd be forgiven for being asleep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, no one can blame you for picking up like almost a throwaway detail or like a detail that's not integral to that story. At least I wouldn't blame you. At that point, I'm gouging my eyes out with the nearest implement. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's not your fault for having brushed over a plot line in Attack of the Clones, because you try and brush over the whole fucking thing, don't you?
Yeah. And
It's just
I mean,
it's just another one of those tiny things that George added, like fucking Vader built 3PO and all this kind of little shitty,
yeah.
pointless Easter eggs. There was apparently a rumor going around that at the end of Revenge of the Sith, on that ship where Obi-Wan, Yoda, and what's his name, Bail Organa walking around, there was a early concept art of a young fucking Han Solo running around.
Oh, yeah,
for
I heard
God's
about that.
sake!
In his full gear. And
Yeah, in his full waistcoat and jacket and shit.
Oh yeah, because he grew.
And there was a deleted scene from Phantom Menace with Greedo in it.
Yep. That's
Blah,
how he
blah,
was.
blah.
Little baby Greedo.
Fuck off.
It's like,
Like
hey
that
Annie, you're gonna crash that pod.
Yeah, and it's sort of like, you're gonna get yourself in trouble one of these days, Greedo. And fuck off. But anyway, sorry, Callum. Carry
Yeah,
on.
sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that film as well.
Yeah, we all are. I think, yeah.
So that happened, and then we've got one more, and then of course episode 7 is going to come out, and she's not going to come to the midnight with me. I've got no delusion of that, but I'm sure I'll see it with her at some point.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to start I'm like fingers crossed that the Prince Charles are going to do an overnight all 6 films. But if they don't announce it, or if they announce it at a date I can't make, I'm just going to watch all 6 of them myself in like at the start of December. And I'm as expected, I'm dreading 1 and 2. So I'll keep you informed on how that goes.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. And I've been reading Kevin Smith's book, Tough Shit.
Is it?
Which is fantastic.
I'm so far removed from Kevin Smith, other than to know that he's a dude, and like I'm sure that if I ever listen to his podcast or watch his films, I'll absolutely love them.
This guy is my idol. He's my
exactly.
god.
Like I'm sure that I would love him if I just took the time to watch or do anything that he does. But what is this? Like a biography or just like a book about nerds or what?
It's kind of he says it as like a life advice book.
Oh, okay.
But it's kind of him going through his life and just saying like what he encountered and how he looked at it and all this kind of stuff. And there's a lot of interesting like industry behind the scenes kind of shit, like the rise and fall of Miramax and their kind of anti-Hollywood mindset in the beginning, and then how that turned into a Hollywood kind of thing, and then Smith left and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting to kind of see that and think about that in terms of how it reflects in all the films.
Yeah. I'm maybe making this up, but I'm pretty sure Miramax were going to do the Lord of the Rings. Or did they do the Lord of the Rings? I'm sure they didn't. I'm sure they were going to do the Lord of the Rings, but they wanted to do it as 2 films, and then they passed it up, or they went under or whatever. And that's when New Line bought it, and the head of New Line said, you should do it as 3 films. But I may be confusing New Line with Miramax in that story. There may have been another studio that said no, and then Miramax said, do it as 3 films. But I know they're involved somewhere along the way.
All right, cool.
And that's, No, me neither. But
so what have you been up to, Kyle?
What have I done? Finally went to the cinema yesterday for the first time in a couple of weeks, because I was in that phase where I'd seen everything at the cinema, so there was no point going. I have been playing more of The Witcher.
Cool. Yeah, I played a bit of the Hearts of Stone.
Oh, how's that?
It's awesome. It's just more of that game is always good.
Like, I don't think I'm anywhere near finishing it. I have no concept of knowing if I'm anywhere near finishing it. But even if I was story-wise, every time I load up the world map and I see a question mark, I go and do that. And then 4 hours later, I've not advanced the story in any way. So, maybe I should knuckle down and just do story missions.
Maybe.
We have Super Meat Boy free on the PlayStation Plus last month.
I haven't even checked that out.
Yeah, I made what could have been a great mistake in that I started playing it, and it's one of those games that's so infuriating but so addictive and so quick to like restart.
Yeah,
that you just find yourself playing it for hours and hours and hours on and you're angrier than you've ever been, but you can't stop.
Hotline Miami comes to mind.
Exactly, and that Ollie Ollie 2. Did anyone get Ollie Ollie 2 when that came out?
I've got it in my library, but I didn't play it.
Yeah, so that's the same thing. Like, the triangle to restart is instantaneous, and so you can be doing this level and you fuck up a level long combo, and you press triangle and you're so angry, but triangle and you're restarting. Bang, let's have another go. Bang, let's have another go. And then 2 hours later, you've done 2 levels, and you're like, you can't feel your fingers. And it's like that. So I've probably fallen into a deep pit to starting Super Meat Boy, but it's fun. It's just really fucking hard.
Nice.
Yeah,
it's fun, but it's taken over my life.
It's like Dark Souls. I'm like a Dark Souls Bloodborne kind of guy. So where you die every fucking time you take a forward step, but at the same time, it's so much fun and so good. You can't stop playing it.
Cool, man.
Yeah, Jim, how's your week? You can finally talk again, at least.
I'll try and get it in where I can.
Hi-oh!
Nice.
Bit of blue for the lads.
Bit of blue for the lads.
lads.
I've been away this week. I was in Cornwall.
Oh, yeah.
Visiting
Our Father.
Who art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name.
We'll not bring religion in here.
There'll be religion this week, Callum. But yeah, it's aside from having a slight emotional journey while being down there.
Oh shit! I didn't hear about this. Is this for the podcast, or should we talk about this later?
Oh fuck it! Well, it's the podcast. Why not? I'm willing to be open with everyone. It feels like a strange place to me now.
Really?
It's the first time I've been there without either you or Beck being there.
Yep. Did you actually see Dad at all?
Yes, we went out for a meal and everything.
Well, I'm very proud of you.
But it's just I don't know if it's definitely different there now, but it's kind of soulless to me now. It's kind of a very strange, soulless place.
Nuki?
Yeah. It's just weird. I walk around there and there's nothing there. I don't know anyone in there anymore. And it's very, I just feel like I'm there There's nothing. You know what I mean? It's just one of those places. But yeah, I don't want to bring it down to a deep level or anything. But yeah,
I always get
it's just
really
that
nostalgic when I'm there.
I don't anymore. I got nothing.
But then, do you think that would change if we went back again, like we did last year?
Yeah, it'd be different if everyone else was there. But
See, that's
like, as a place, it's like if Dad wasn't there, I'd never go there again.
yeah. Well, it's like as a town, not much happens, does it? It's lovely to look at, and it's lovely to walk
the place
around,
is so different now. It feels like it's like there's something missing there.
Yeah, it has changed a lot since we were young.
Half the shops have closed. It's just a bit of a weird place.
Especially when I used to think about when we were little and we like did New Year's Eve and stuff, and we were so little, and it's completely different to that. But yeah, I think I obviously love going back and I love being there. But I think you're right. I think it's entirely whether or not I can admit it or whether or not I even realize it. But I think it's entirely because Dad's there, Beck's there, Kara's there, Dan's there. You know, like all my friends are there, and so maybe if they were all
the people
somewhere
that
else,
make the place.
yeah, literally it is. Yeah, maybe. It is more than I realize. But I mean, I do like being there. It's lovely to look at. And it's not, I like quiet as well. I'm not a big fan of bustle and hustle and cities and stuff. So it's nice to go and be somewhere where not much happens. But yeah, I can see what you mean. I get where you're coming from if you're not into that kind of stuff.
It's just, I've never thought I'd be one to prefer the city.
Yeah.
But I feel a lot better when I'm here, when I'm in Manchester.
See, I am the opposite. Now that I'm in a big city, I definitely know that I prefer quietness.
I don't know. It's more the case of when you're there, you've got to travel an hour to meet any sort of decent civilization.
Yeah, that's I would miss being far removed from.
And when every shop is either a surf shop or buy a T-shirt with your name on it or a bar.
Yeah,
there's nothing. It's very quickly. I mean, we walked through like the town, and within 20 minutes, we're like, "What the hell are we doing here?"
Yeah,
there's nothing.
You can nothing to do. Down in 20 minutes. That's the difference between Nuki and everywhere else.
I think it's more just a case of I'm used to having things to do, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. Which, like you say, when you're growing up with your friends, when us three were growing up together, you don't think about that, do you?
No.
Like that never comes into play when you go into school and when you're hanging out with your friends on the street after school. But yeah, I think when you're 26. Like you say, I think you find yourself at a bit of a loose end when you're walking down the high street and 10 minutes later you've gone end to end and there's nothing there.
Yeah, it's different. I don't know, but
growing up,
to bring it on to less of a deep tone. While I was there, I was just flicking through the television and I saw a film called Extinction, Jurassic Predators.
Right.
Have you seen this? Has anyone seen this?
Right, give me 2 seconds. Is this in this film?
It's one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Is it a documentary?
Kind of mockumentary. Well, like a fake documentary.
Yeah, where they go into the jungle.
Yeah, the jungle that looks like Somerset.
Extinction, Jurassic Predators.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm so glad that this has come up on this podcast. Right, continue.
Well, have you seen it?
No, because my friend Richard, that I worked with over Christmas and who I absolutely love, was the director of photography. He filmed it.
Really?
Yeah. My friend Richard that works at HMV he's a filmmaker. Like he filmed this year. He's been to fucking New York about 4 times. He's been to Germany. He's been all around. He filmed, they recently started releasing like behind the scenes video vlogs for the Just Cause 3, the behind the scenes team stuff.
Right.
He filmed them. He went out to New York for a week to film those Just Cause 3 behind the scenes vlog things.
No way, that's awesome.
But yeah, last year, I guess, just when I met him, because it came into HMV and he's on the back cover, it says Director of Photography, Richard Osborne. And we watched it and it was hilarious. It was just ridiculous that I know him. So yeah, I'm very glad that you brought this up, Jim. Keep going.
That's
so
awesome.
Is he the main character guy?
No, he's not. No, he just filmed it. He's not an actor. He just filmed it.
Oh, right.
He just filmed it.
Most annoying fucking dick. That guy was annoying as shit. The whole thing looked like it cost about 35 quid. And then when the dinosaur finally showed up, he like made a plasticine or something. It was the worst thing I've ever fucking seen. I saw it on Sky. Wow. It was rated out of 5 stars, half a star. I was watching it, I was thinking, is this an actual documentary about archaeologists? And then it turns on, and I'm like, for some reason I was compelled to watch at least an hour of it.
Really?
To the point where half of the people had died, and it was the middle of the daylight, and they showed the dinosaur for the first time in daylight, and I was like, nope, this has got to go off. This is the worst thing I've ever fucking seen. So no offense to Richard, but it's shit. So other than that,
to quickly counteract that, I rewatched Jurassic World this week, and it was fucking brilliant.
Woo!
Really?
Yeah, my god, it was so good. It is so good. I bloody love it.
Yeah, it was alright, I suppose.
Shut up.
But other than that, I can't think of the last game I actually played. I haven't played any.
Yeah, we haven't played anything. Well, you've been away, obviously, but we've not played anything this week, have we?
No, there's nothing I've really.
Need to get back on Rocket League.
Rocket League.
I haven't played any Metal Gear in at least.
Yeah, we've not.
2
Well,
weeks.
we've not played it. I'm waiting for you because I'm not playing the story yet. So. And Battlefront's out in 3 weeks.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, but no, other than that, it's been kind of just a week away. Now it's back to usual shite
Aye.
and ordinary life crap.
Yeah.
But let's move on from there into the news.
News.
There's 7 items of news.
Right, let me just fetch the ones I gave you so that I can sound informed when you tell me that I gave them to you.
Right, well, this is one I just kind of pulled recently.
Cool.
Warner Brothers are now offering full refunds on Batman Arkham Knight PC on the PC version.
Because they've just put it back up, haven't they?
It was pulled
And
back in
got
June.
problems again.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like I remember there being an issue with it. What was the issue again? This was a long time ago now.
Frame rate issues, bugs, game glitches and stuff like that.
Okay.
But they pulled it and they put it back up, and apparently the issues are still there.
Oh, wow.
So,
Jeez.
yeah, the game's fucked.
But only on PC?
Only on PC, yeah, works fine on...
yeah, console. I've not heard
consoles.
anyone complain.
But no, it's been a bit kind of riddled with controversy. I feel this one has.
Really?
Yeah, Callum.
I've not played any of them, so don't give me any spoilers or anything because I do plan to one day get around to it. But yeah,
I'll knock it over to Callum because Callum has actually bought the season pass for this.
Oh God. Well, I'm a bit biased against it because I didn't enjoy the game. So there was a lot of controversy about the season pass being as much as it was. What was it, like 38 quid?
Really?
Really?
How much was it? It was something pretty expensive, like 35. It was something ridiculous.
Jesus.
And they didn't really live up to the expectation with it at all. Like every pack they released, people were disappointed.
Isn't based on Arkham City or whatever? Weren't the DLC packs mostly just like skins and then those arenas that you can do?
Yeah, they had skins and they had Batmobile skins, but they also had that Batgirl.
Yeah, the
mission.
Harley Quinn, the Batgirl, you had the Red Hood.
Yeah.
What missions? Were these like extra story missions?
Yeah, extra story missions.
Okay, I was going to
say.
Not
long, though.
No,
Not
that's
long
the
at
thing. I was
all.
going to say, like, if you're paying that, if that is the correct price on the DLC, I'm thinking like a Skyrim DLC or like the Witcher DLC. If you're paying that much for a season pass and you just get an extra mission and then some new skins, that is horseshit.
Yeah. But as I say, like, I didn't enjoy the game.
Yeah.
As it was anyway. So, yeah.
See, I didn't mind. See, the thing with those games is the story that kind of gets me the most. But I know what you mean. The Batmobile was a royal fuck, to be honest.
Yeah.
Did you complete it?
Nope.
You didn't complete it. There was, just to be specific with an element, like, towards the end of the game, Deathstroke comes in.
Right, okay.
And basically, you've been doing all these missions around, like, where you've got to take down towers and you've got to destroy, like, enemy cars and all this kind of other random shit. It all culminates in, like, because apparently I didn't play. Did you play Origins?
I did, and I completed Origins.
What was apparently the Deathstroke? I didn't play. That's the only one I didn't play. Apparently the Deathstroke Batman fight was fantastic.
It was, yeah, really good,
well,
really strong.
This leads up at the end. It's like, so you take down all the towers, and it's like, right, Batman and Deathstroke, they're gonna go at it. They go to the island. Batman's like, Alfred's close off all the bridges. Me and Deathstroke are gonna go, and you get there, and he's in a fucking tank.
Oh,
and you're in a fucking tank.
oh, for fuck's sake!
So then it's just a case of strafing around alleyways,
Ugh.
shooting his fucking tank.
Oh,
And then when he finally gets out of the tank, it's just a cutscene where he jumps, you jump, and you knock him down. That's it.
That's terrible.
yeah, that's shit.
That's fucking disappointing as fuck. And that's the whole problem with the game. They needed to justify introducing this fucking car.
Yeah.
And then just proceeded to ram it down your throat.
Yeah. I mean, there was a bit at the start of the game where you had to navigate your way over rooftops in a fucking Batmobile.
Yeah.
And to top it off, a helicopter comes and drops off the Batmobile. Like, why do you need the Batmobile if you've got a fucking airborne
You've got the
vehicle?
Batplane.
Oh.
Yeah, but no, it's one of them games. It's not the best of the series. I think probably Asylum's the best of the series when I think about it.
Yeah,
but City had the best story. The story in City was brilliant.
I've just checked, by the way, and it was $32.99 the season pass.
Jesus. Yeah, that's mental.
Crazy. Can't believe I paid
Battlefronts
that.
is 40.
Yeah, but Battlefronts will be new missions and new maps and new skins and all the other thing, but it's not a story game, is it? So what are you expecting?
No, they are releasing a couple of new story missions, like Most Wanted missions.
What's that?
It's basically like in the game, there's a load of different villains.
Yeah.
And they've all got their own kind of separate thread on this wheel, and you go kind of do certain missions, and then you take them on at the end. They're adding new ones like Mr. Freeze, Killer Croc, Ray Shal
You're
Ghul.
talking about fucking Batman. I think you were talking about Battlefront.
Yeah, I did as well.
No, I'm talking about Batman.
What?
Like, they're adding story? Is it true?
Yeah. Fucking Killer Croc.
Killer Croc.
What's he doing in Battlefront?
But yeah, moving on. Next item on the list is one you sent me, Kyle, but with a kind of added bit. Firstly, they've a woman named Pom. I'm gonna fuck this. Pom Clementif.
Okay.
Has been cast in Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Oh, I saw this.
She's gonna be playing Mantis.
Or is
cool.
that confirmed, or did everyone just think it because?
I don't know. As far as I'm aware, it's confirmed.
Okay.
You word it here first. So, yeah, she's going to be playing Mantis, which is cool. She's like a psychic. She's green with antennas. She's like a bug, but she's psychic, so she can read minds and all that kind of stuff. Hopefully, she'll be part of the team.
She'll be part of the Guardians, you reckon?
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. She's part of the Guardians. Okay. If anyone's not read Annihilation, the Guardians of the Galaxy comic series, where Annihilus
there we go.
comes through from the negative zone and just starts, you know what I mean? He catches Galactus and Silver Surfer and straps him into a machine. And it's brilliant voice. But also, apparently Matthew McConaughey turned down the role as the villain.
Oh,
McConaughey.
I am an enormous advocate of McConaughey. Of the reconnaissance, I am on board.
Fucking reconnaissance.
Hey, that's what everyone calls it. I've not just made that up. I wish I was that clever. Yeah, he's fucking brilliant. So I don't know. I guess I'm half disappointed, but as we've talked about last week, the villains are always the weakest part of Marvel films so far. So I'm kind of glad at the same time that there was that chance that he might have just been another one film throwaway.
Maybe that's why he turned it down.
Exactly, yeah. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping, based on what he's been doing recently, he seems to be picking smart choices. So I assume he realized, maybe it might not be worth his time, I guess, or something. But yeah, it's I don't know. I just love Matthew McConaughey. There you go.
Oh, that's nice. Well,
thanks.
This is just a quick one I saw that I thought was quite interesting. Apparently, the next solo Batman movie,
the Batfleck one,
is rumored to be Under the Red Hood.
Oh,
what's that?
Have you read that, Callum, or seen the film?
I haven't, but I believe I'm aware of the story.
It's Jason Todd.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'd be good. I'd be interested to see that. I mean, they also got to set up. They're setting up the death of Robin anyway.
Well, yeah, because Dick Grayson's already dead, isn't he?
No, I don't think Dick Grayson's already dead. I think that might be Jason Todd that's dead, and Dick Grayson is Nightwing somewhere.
There was a tombstone.
Oh,
Richard
yeah.
Grayson.
Yeah, there was, wasn't there?
Yep, in one of the trailers.
So maybe they're both dead then.
I have literally no idea what either of you are talking about.
Dick Grayson's the first Robin.
Right. What are we talking about now? The Batman vs Superman trailer or the Suicide Squad trailer?
I can't
Batman
remember
v
which one it
Superman.
was in.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Batman vs Superman. We'll go with that.
I only said
Yeah.
Suicide Squad because you two were referencing Jason Todd, who you were talking about being the Joker last week.
Yeah, there's that rumor.
Yeah.
So would that play in?
But with Batman under the Red Hood storyline, that would totally negate that theory.
That's what I mean. Yeah, that's why I said Suicide Squad, because I thought, like, if the Joker from Suicide Squad is him, then surely they can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless they do, yeah, true. But there's also, did we talk about that rumor? Not a rumor. It wasn't a rumor. It was this article this guy had put together regarding who Ben Affleck really was.
Ben Affleck.
No, I mean he was in Batman v Superman.
Oh, you mean he's not Batman? You mean he's not Bruce Wayne?
something.
Slade Wilson.
Who's that?
God.
Deathstroke.
Oh, okay.
There's this whole theory that basically, what we've seen is it's going to be a big twist at the end of it, like M. Night Shyamalan. That it turns out that Ben Affleck is actually playing Slade Wilson, who's Deathstroke, and at the end of the film, Christian Bale's Batman will show back up.
Right.
So yeah,
please no.
It's not going to happen. That's fucking crap.
Of course, it's not going to happen because, of course, it's not going to happen. But also, how does Alfred play into all this then?
That guy that Jeremy Irons is playing is actually Deathstroke's butler.
Oh, that seems convenient.
Yeah.
Awfully convenient.
Yeah.
So Michael Caine and Jeremy Irons are going to have like a battle to the death.
Maybe. It's bullshit. But moving on to other things that are massively bullshit. This is another one you sent me, Kyle.
Oh, is it the one I think it is?
Neill Blomkamp.
Oh, for fuck's sake, yeah. God damn it.
Go on, I'll let you
see
do
this, Callum?
I think I did, and I'm upset if it's what I think it is.
Yeah, so, I mean, it wasn't even like, I don't know if, I certainly hadn't heard of any concrete plot or any concrete casting or any concrete anything.
I'd seen concept art.
Yeah, concept art, obviously, but that's just because Neill Blomkamp.
And it got greenlit.
It got greenlit, yeah, I guess so.
After all the fallout of him.
Oh, so
yeah, trying to get it going.
Had been working on an Alien, I guess, or just for fun in his spare time, because he does all the graphic design. Whenever he does a film, he does all the graphic design and all the, like Guillermo del Toro. So I assume just when he was bored, he started designing an Alien film for the lols. And then it got picked up early. I think it was just earlier this year, but that he was in line to do an Alien film. That like they'd seen the concept art, and it was like, yeah, let's do another fucking Alien film. But no one knew, as far as I'm aware, if it was going to be set between 2 and 3. If he was just going to pretend.
That was the general idea, because there was a character still alive in his drawings.
Because it was
Bishop, wasn't it?
Bishop and Sigourney Weaver were both in it, and Ripley. But I think there was another guy from 2, maybe. But yeah, they didn't know if he was just going to pretend 3 and 4 never happened and just like start afresh from post 2. And I was so excited about it with no information. I just really like Neill Blomkamp. I think he's really interesting, and
definitely.
And I was really looking forward to what he'd do with it. And then obviously at the same time, we all knew that Prometheus 2 was coming, because Prometheus is meant to be a trilogy.
Bullshit.
And yeah, well, yeah, I mean, to put a finer point on it, I didn't really get along with the first Prometheus. And I was like, essentially. And I was like, yeah, they'll do a sequel, but it won't really matter because we'll have Neill Blomkamp's Alien, and that's super sweet. And now the news is Ridley Scott's Prometheus sequel, now titled Alien: Paradise Lost, has taken precedent over Neill Blomkamp's intriguing Alien ideas, entering production first at the beginning of next year. And so, yeah, Prometheus 2, Alien Paradise Lost, is going into production early next year. And Neill Blomkamp tweeted the following: Alien is kind of holding / pending Prometheus 2, so I'll be working on other things. So nobody knows if it's going to be Prometheus 2 filmed, wrapped, released, and then they'll say, right, Neill, get on with Alien, or if it's literally just shelved and we'll never see it.
That's so upsetting.
It is, yeah, because
that concept art looked amazing.
It did, and I trust him. He posted on Instagram a couple of weeks ago, like a designed gun, like a mock-up, him holding a gun that he would have used as the guns in the film.
Oh, right.
And I was like, that's it. We're on the roll. It's coming. And then like a week later, nope, it's been shelved. I know.
Ridley Scott needs to fuck off.
I mean, he did The Martian, which was great.
Which was
but what else did he do?
Before, the last thing I think I really liked by him before that, well, there's probably loads that I don't know about, to be honest. I've not seen Robin Hood. That's meant to be okay, isn't it?
No, it's shite.
Okay, I've not seen that. I've not seen The Counselor. I saw Prometheus, which was fucking terrible.
Exodus, Gods and Kings.
That was okay. It was
No, it
the problem with that is that the whole time I was watching it, I was just thinking, I'd rather be watching Gladiator now.
Yep.
Amazing. But I don't know. I trust him. I mean, he's very good. The Martian was very, 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 very good. So, I mean, I'll go and see it, obviously. It'll be interesting to see what he does with it. But yeah, just after Prometheus, it's kind of low expectations.
Prometheus was the biggest load of shit.
Yes. The only thing...
Yeah, I didn't enjoy that.
...really worth watching for is Michael Fassbender's performance, I guess. And I don't know if he's going to be in the next one. So, I'm not saying that makes it a great film. I'm just saying that he was very good in it. But yeah, for the most part,
he's very good in everything.
It's like,
that's true, yeah.
this whole, is it to do with Alien? Is it not? Because you can't have the end of the film be the creation of the alien or the proto-alien, yet in the middle of the film in the temple there's already an obvious statue of a fucking alien queen.
And the
what?
If I remember,
no fucking sense.
If I remember it correctly, the thing they find in Alien, which it turns out is one of the creators in like a suit.
Yeah, gets out of that suit.
Yeah. In Prometheus, they have that shot set up, and you think, "Oh my god, that's it from Alien. That's it. That's what they find in Alien." And then he fucking gets out of it, and it's like, no, they find him in there. No. They find him in there in like 100 years or whatever. What are you doing?
It's because it wasn't meant to be, but now it is. But he didn't actually fucking know what they were doing, and it's all just a big little wank.
Yes.
And to be fair, I'm not even gonna go see it. I saw the first one in cinema because the trailer sold me on it.
Absolutely, of course, it sold everyone on it, Jim.
Great trailer.
It was Ridley Scott doing another Alien film. We were all excited.
It was the music as well. That whole
You said it.
But yeah, I haven't seen it again since, and I refuse to.
Well, that's fine.
So, Prometheus 2 or Alien Paradise, whatever, take it and show it your ass. Give me fucking Neil Blomkamp's fucking Alien.
Well, we can fingers crossed that it
2.5
doesn't Silent Hills, and we finally get it one day.
Yeah. Hopefully.
But in the meantime, whatever he does afterwards, I'm excited.
During the meanwhilest,
whatever he does during the meanwhilest, I am excited for. More news.
What?
I said next news item. Go.
Oh, sorry.
More news.
Sorry, boss. Fucking hell. Right, this is things get a little bit game centric now.
I don't like games.
They've pushed back the release date of Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
Yeah.
It was February, wasn't it? Was it February?
It was February, and now it's April?
May 24th.
May.
Oh, okay. That's understandable.
Yeah.
I guess.
Is it?
Well, in as much as games do that all the time.
Yeah, I think after 2014, we're used to that shit.
Yep. The Division. Everybody remember The Division being like a launch title? Everybody?
The Division.
The Division, when it comes out, will nearly be 3 years since it was announced.
Yeah, it's like I Am Alive, except it can't be that bad.
I remember when Division, when it showed the trailer, I was like, shit.
Jim, do you remember? Because it was all me and you were fucking talking about. We were both like, getting that, going to be playing that, getting that, and then it got pushed back, and then getting that, and then it got pushed back again, and then oh no, fuck off, and then it got pushed back again.
And the last thing they showed at E3 was it, where you could turn on your teammates at the end.
Yeah,
I lost interest. Yeah.
I lost interest ages ago. It's one of the things I forget that exists.
Yeah,
and to be fair,
I do as well. Yeah,
I'm not. There's something I don't know if it's like, what it is, but I feel like I'm not gonna buy another Ubisoft game now.
I'm on the edge of buying Syndicate, man.
See,
fuck off, Cat. If you fucking buy that, I will kill you. Don't you dare.
I liked Unity, and
you're an idiot.
This is more Assassin's Creed, and I'm a big fan of the series.
Have you played them all?
Yeah, every single one.
See, you've got Stockholm syndrome, mate. I've played every single one up into Unity. I played Unity, and it's like it's not just that; it's the whole Ubisoft formula that I've got a fucking issue with. Oh, it's this rinse and repeat, tower climbing, overfill the map with shit. We're not going to really change anything up every year. It's going to go the same way with Far Cry. Far Cry is going to be shit.
Yeah, I completely agree.
2 years.
I agree with you. Having watched that trailer for the new one, I completely agree with you. I think they're going to release one every year, and it's just going to get more and more like by the mill.
Formulaic.
Yeah, and it's like great. Yeah, you can keep setting Assassin's Creed wherever you want.
Yeah.
The fact is that game can't improve when it's annualized.
No, of course not.
It needs to fuck off. And then they're going to do the same thing with Watch Dogs. Number 2 is going to come out, and then they'll make it annual then, and they'll keep shoving it down.
They're doing a Watch Dogs 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, why?
Number 1 was very popular.
They're Call of Dutying it, is what they're doing.
Yeah. Call of Duty. There was a time when hating on Call of Duty was cool, but it's like I don't care about Call of Duty. Call of Duty is its own thing. It doesn't get in the way of anything anymore.
No, the problem, or at least the thing I feel about Call of Duty is it's the same as FIFA in that there's an entire section of gamers in inverted commas that literally just buy Call of Duty and FIFA every year, and Call of Duty and FIFA every year, and they don't buy games.
You got to think
they're not into games; they're just into those.
But they're the kind of people that keep the kind of gaming going.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like we can't complain about them because they, Call of Duty earns like £1 billion, and then the game industry keeps going, and that's fine. But yeah, so I can just ignore them. I just ignore FIFA and I ignore Call of Duty because
same with wrestling games as well.
Yeah, absolutely. All sports games, pretty much all sports games, they're yearly, aren't they? And I feel the same, Jim. I can't really talk because I've only ever played Assassin's Creed 2. I've literally only ever played Assassin's Creed 2. But I know that even from afar, seeing them come out every year is getting on my tits. So I'm not going to go anywhere near them.
Well,
Rainbow Six, I'm not getting either.
That's fine.
No, the only Ubisoft game I might buy is the new South Park game because the first one was fucking brilliant.
Oh yeah, the fractured but whole.
Oh man, I'm going to be on board with that. And then if they bring out another Rayman or Child of Light, I'll be involved. But
they've got a thingy as well, haven't they? Ghost Recon Wildlands.
I played. Yeah, that looks cool at E3. The last Ghost Recon, the Warfare, whatever it was, that was cool. I played that co-op with my friends, and that was fucking brilliant. But again, I don't know if with everything else that's coming out, it's not exactly pinging on my radar. There's plenty of other things I'd rather play.
Yeah,
Thingy's been pinging up on my radar quite a lot recently. Just Cause 3.
Again, I've never played any Just Causes. I've seen Just Cause 2 played a lot, and it looked a lot of fun. But I've never actually sat down and played it.
Yeah,
it just
looks
like crazy fun.
Yeah, it's just like rocket launcher and bridges and blowing up and wingsuiting around. It just looks like a kind of mindless game that I feel like I could do with right now, to be fair. But then again, it's coming out like 2 weeks after Battlefront. And
I'm still gonna have to resist buying Fallout 4, even though I know I shouldn't. I'm still gonna have to.
You're gonna resist buying Fallout 4?
Yeah, well, on launch, because I've still got Metal Gear Solid 5 to play. I'm still knee deep in The Witcher. If I buy Fallout 4 and then a week later buy Battlefront, I'm fucked.
Yeah, no, I get that.
I'm never ever gonna finish anything. So I need
to. While we're on the topic of games, loosely, they've finally given a release window for No Man's Sky.
Come on.
Another game I keep forgetting exists.
Yeah.
Because by the time it comes out again, it'll be 2.5 years since announced.
Yeah, except the only reason I can forgive them is because it's made by like 5 guys, isn't it? Or 4 guys?
It's like 15.
Oh, is it 15 now?
It's a small team to begin with, at least.
And they didn't their studio flood at the start of this year?
Yeah.
It was last year.
Was it last year?
Yeah,
their studio flooded? So yeah, it's not like Ubisoft, who are fucking enormous, who have delayed a game for about 25 years. No, this is like a tiny little team.
Ubisoft need to delay more games.
They do. Well, just to go back and talk about something I don't really know about. From what I've heard, so the Revelations and whatever it was, 2 Revelations, Brotherhood.
Brotherhood was the best one.
And then 3 was bad. Black Flag was good. Unity's bad, and now Syndicate's pretty good, I've heard. So shouldn't they just take a year off in between and work on one game?
No, the problem is, the only people saying Syndicate is good is because it's better than Unity. It's
exactly.
Comparative to the last one. It's still the same fucking thing.
So Black Flag compared to 3 is good.
And the best thing about Black Flag wasn't really an Assassin's Creed game. The best thing about Black Flag was the pirate ships.
Pirate ships?
That was it. That was the best
if you like that shit.
Drive around your pirate ship. If you like that shit, yeah, obviously. But that was what made that game so good. The best Assassin's Creed game is probably Brotherhood. because it was
Never
like 2.5 effectively. It was 2 with added stuff.
I like 2. I definitely like 2 when I played it.
2 was brilliant.
Yeah.
But it was a long time ago.
But back to No Man's Sky.
Yes.
No Man's Sky, to me, at the minute, I mean, I don't know how. I'll let you two kind of individually give your opinions. But to me, at the minute, I feel like it's one of those games that should have been announced, like Fallout 4. It should have been announced, and then 6 months later, there it is. Because at the present moment in time, I've seen the same demo for the past 2 years, and I don't know as much as, especially if they equip it to VR. There's going to be nothing cooler than flying around from planet to planet. But what kind of life has a game like that got if it's literally just going from planet to planet, collecting resources and building your thing to get to the center of the galaxy? I mean, I'm still going to get it, but at the minute, I don't know. I mean, I'll let you go on YouTube. Tell me what you think.
Yeah, I'm the same. Like, I'm not 100% excited for it because everything I've seen looks really similar, to be honest. And it just seems too big. There's not, like, which seems crazy. But when I play games, I don't just want to have a look at all the pretty things.
Do you prefer more of a linear experience then?
I do, to be honest. Which is why Assassin's Creed.
Good God.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer a narrative-driven, linear kind of experience with the option to do exploration and all that kind of thing. And it just seems like, from what I've seen of No Man's Sky, is that you literally wander about.
It's like Minecraft but in space, and I'm a big fan of Minecraft, so I can see that. It's more is it going to be still cool after 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Is it full price? Does anybody know this yet? Is it a download title? Is it going to be like 15 quid or is it going to be 50 quid?
Oh, I don't know.
I'd expect a full price.
Do you reckon?
I wouldn't expect full price.
No, I wasn't. I was thinking it was probably going to be
25.
Yeah.
30.
After all the hype it's been getting.
I just think.
But still, it's a PS4 exclusive piece. Console on PS4 exclusive, and it's also coming to PC later on.
Yep.
But I mean, you got to think it's given a release window of June, and that's kind of the same time as VR's meant to be coming out. So if it's got VR compatibility, I don't know. I mean, I'm definitely going to get it.
Yeah, I think wait and see more. I'm not sold on it.
I've got tempered hype. Yeah, see, I've got kind of like tempered hype at the minute because, I mean, this would be a topic for another day, kind of hype itself, but I kind of feel like I overhyped myself on Metal Gear.
Really?
Yeah, and I feel like it's not lasted as long as, because I was really excited for that game, and now I just can't be bothered to play it. So I don't know, but unless anyone else has got anything to say about No Man's Sky.
Nope.
Moving on, PS4 has now, is it shipped or sold 30 million units?
Let me have a look. I just got this article up because I knew it'd be coming up in a minute. Yeah, it's sold. They've sold 4 million in the last 3 months, and that's before price cuts. They're closing in on 30 million, which will be out. They are currently outpacing the sales of the PS2, which is the best-selling games console.
Yep.
Yeah.
120 million, I think.
Yeah, and they're selling. Yeah, they're currently outpacing whatever that sold. So yeah, they've sold 4 million consoles were sold in the last 3 months before they announced the price cuts. They're up 3.3 million units from the same period last year. This brings the lifetime total to 29.3 million. By comparison, the PS2 had only sold 24.99 million in the same time frame.
Wow, that's kind of mental.
It is.
Big test coming over the next 2 months, though.
What, with no first party?
With no first party, if they outsell Xbox over the next 2 months, then Xbox really is fucked.
Well, yeah, I don't know. We'll find out.
Because this is it. This could be the last year that Xbox have the advantage exclusives wise. I mean, this year PlayStation are doubling down on their third party titles, so they're linked up with Battlefront. Have you seen the Battlefront advert?
Yeah, of course.
With the guy in his R2 and the thing. And they're also linked up with Call of Duty this year.
Oh, what, like exclusive maps and whatnot?
Yeah. They've Call of Duty jumped over to PlayStation this year. It's usually with Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
So you've seen a lot of like, PS4 tying itself to a lot of third parties. So
Yeah.
if
And
it,
then,
what?
I was just going to say, and then early next year, I guess, is when the first party stuff starts coming, isn't it? Next year is when.
Next year is when you'll start getting. Yeah, I mean next holidays, I assume, is when you're gonna get titles like Horizon.
Oh my God, Horizon!
Oh my God! Right.
It sounded like Kermit the fucking Frog. Then
We'll
what
talk
the hell
about
was that?
That was my concealed excitement.
But yeah, I just thought, yeah, that's good. Good that they're doing so well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like
We are
I've
definitely
Little
Team
flat.
PlayStation.
I've always been Team PlayStation since I was 5 years
Yeah.
old, 6 years old, however old I was.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it? Has anyone got any more other news items?
I do not.
Is that the end of your news items?
No.
Right.
I'm
well,
now going to just kind of quickly list off this month's PS Plus games.
Oh, I don't know about
Right.
this. Oh,
Yeah,
you
they've
always
announced them.
inform me on this, and I never know.
So PS4 this month is getting a game called Dragon Fin Soup.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
What?
No idea. Also another game called Magica 2.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing the
Okay.
trailer for that. I think it was at E3. There's all those kind of
I
red
don't.
cloaked people that have these stuffs, and it was like a top-down co-op game.
Yeah, never heard of it. And also
Yeah.
The Walking Dead Season 2.
Oh shit!
Which I've got already.
I've already got that. Yeah.
I have
Uh,
not got. I've never played either
It's
of them.
brilliant. Oh,
I
I
enjoyed
love
the
that
first one.
series.
The first one was brilliant. Yeah, the
I
first one was
know.
brilliant.
I need to. I've got one episode left of Tales from the Borderlands that I downloaded this week, but I haven't played that yet, and it's been amazing so far. So I will finish that.
How are you getting on with Telltale's engine?
What do you mean?
Their engine is shit.
Is it?
Is this not a thing?
Not that I've noticed so far in the 4 episodes I've played. Why?
It's just fucking shit.
Oh, okay.
Their engine needs to go away. It's like
Right.
Until. You played Until Dawn?
Yep.
Nope.
Play
You
that.
have. Apparently, Until Dawn is the best Telltale game ever made.
I didn't even know it was Telltale.
It's not Telltale.
It's not.
Supermassive games.
Yeah, they made a better fucking. It's just the way it controls and everything. It's very weird. But anyway, PlayStation
okay.
3, you get the remaster of Beyond Good and Evil.
Oh my god. Yes. For anyone that's not played that, I'm a huge advocate of Beyond Good and Evil. Where the hell has Beyond Good and Evil 2 gone?
I've
Does anybody know, for
totally
God's sake?
skipped this, and people
Everyone-
always bring up like the sequel or the reboot, and they're hoping
There
to
you
see it
go.
at E3, and it never happens.
Ubisoft, back when they were good. Yeah, it's a little PS2 game that I fucking adored, and then I bought the PS3 remake, and I adored it all the way through again. And nobody know, like, it just seemed to skip under everybody's radar. Nobody knows about it. Like fucking years and years ago, they released a cinematic teaser for what would have been number 2, and then they released another thing when I think just as the PS4 came out, and there was a lot of like hushed. Oh, I think they're finally gonna show us Beyond Good and Evil 2, and it's just never appeared. It's done a Last Guardian, it's just disappeared,
Oh
and
god, that's good.
no idea.
I wonder if we're going to get a date for that. Because
Oh god.
PSX is coming up in December, the PlayStation Experience.
Oh, I'm so excited for that game. But
yeah. Anyway, also you can get Dragon Fin Soup is on PS3 as well.
Cool.
And also Mass Effect 2.
Oh, there's a
right.
game. Everybody get
Nice.
that now and play it right now. Go. Do it.
Also on Vita, Dragon Fin Soup again, and a augmented reality game called Invisimals,
Right.
which
Oh yeah,
I've heard of,
about
but I've
that.
not
Yeah,
played.
it's kind of a Pokemon-y type thing, I
Oh.
believe.
Yeah,
Never heard of
something
it.
like that. But that is it for PS Plus games. So to be honest, none I'm gonna fucking play.
Yeah,
I've already played
Apart
the
from-
2 that I would play. I've already played.
yeah.
Walking Dead Season 2, but I've got that anyway.
Oh yeah.
And Dragon Fin Soup, I have no idea what the fucking hell that is.
Well, it's on every console, so I can't avoid it. I'll have to play it.
Yeah. So yeah, time to move on.
Yes.
shall we? This is a bit. We're kind of still making our mind up on how this goddamn show is going to be laid out.
It seems to be different every week, so
It is different
Yeah.
every week so far, I'm pretty sure.
it is.
But we're gonna basically all pick something that we've seen this week, a show, a film, or whatever, and we're just going to review it. So, who wants to go first?
One of you two.
Why don't you go first, Jim? Show us how it all
I'll
goes
get mine
down.
away. I will review The Flash, which neither of you watch, I assume.
Nope.
Callum, I expect more from you.
I'm sorry, mate. I've been
You
busy.
need to watch The Flash because this week,
sell me on it.
It's a fantastic show. It's just the best superhero show there is.
Not true.
What?
I mean, Daredevil exists, so it's not true.
Daredevil exists, yeah, but this is a completely different. It's a completely different set of fish. This one is completely ridiculous. This show just doesn't give a shit. You've got time travel. You've got alternate universes. You've got Gorilla Grodd. You've got, and also at the end of this,
You're not selling me on
spoilers.
it.
This week's show, King Shark showed up.
Oh God.
King Shark, a 9-foot shark, grabs the Flash at the end of the fucking show and tries to bite his head off. But yeah, if you like comic book shows and you're not watching this, you are a fucking imbecile. Yes, it's campy as fuck because it's on the CW and there's always love triangles and all this crap. But Grant Gustin, who plays Barry Allen, he's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And you've got Wentworth Miller as Captain Cold, and whoever the guy is, who is his brother from.
Oh yeah, I heard this. Yeah, what the hell's his name? I know what you mean though. He's in it now as well.
Yeah, they're brothers again.
Oh, for God's sake.
Captain Cold and the other one's, I don't know, Fire Dude or whatever. I can't remember. You've got Firestorm in it as well. I don't know. He's got a fire gun. I can't remember his name. But yeah, Callum, I suggest, have you seen any of it?
I saw the pilot.
You've got the pilot. To me, is the worst episode because it was really cheesy. It was so cheesy. But if you've got 40 minutes to kill one day, I suggest just watching another episode and kind of going through because like the end of season 1, a giant black hole opens in the city, and the Flash just has to fucking run into it. This is after he's done some time traveling back in time and all this.
Of course.
It's brilliant. It's a fantastic show. And while I do love Daredevil, Daredevil's one of those things that it's very niche. I think Daredevil.
I absolutely disagree.
I would argue the opposite. I would argue that anyone can watch Daredevil because it's a superhero show.
Yeah,
it's more.
But more
real.
in the case of it's very. I believe that the Flash. I get what you mean. I'll redact my point.
No, yeah, I'll just repeat in case it didn't cut it on that I like I said, I don't watch many superhero shows, so I can't like fully comment. But yeah, I just think that Daredevil it's a drama as opposed to a superhero drama.
You see, you need to watch The Flash to see it's not kind of like it's got more nods to people that read the comic books. I mean, because I don't read the Flash comic books, but I can appreciate its kind of complete craziness. Yeah, and its ability to do in the first season do things like Gorilla Grodd, who's a psychic gorilla, and
you appreciate its balls.
I appreciate its balls to just do it. Unlike Arrow, which I haven't watched season 4 because I can't bring myself to watch it anymore.
Yeah.
It's a show that I think anyone can watch and can appreciate without understanding the material of it.
Yeah.
And it's not dark in any way. It's very lighthearted and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. If either of you get time.
Get on it. Well, Jason, my housemate, has the season 1 on Blu-ray, so
just give it a watch if you've got a spare. Just watch the first couple of episodes, see what you think. It's fantastic.
I have been meaning to check it out because all my friends watch it.
Yeah, it's the show I look forward to the most every week. Of everything, I look forward to watching that the most. So, but yeah, either of you two can do your thing now.
Cool. Well, I watched Star Wars Rebels again, as we always do. Yeah, it's still slow burning. Did you watch it this week, Jim?
Damn right.
You're damn right. Well, as I mentioned last week, we didn't see Wolf or Gregor again.
Mm-hmm.
This is further affirming that are they even there?
Yeah, but it's not as important.
But are they important to the story is another thing, yeah. So they're probably off chilling with Hera or whatever. But yeah, I felt like it was a bit of a wasted opportunity They
In what way?
they put the heroes in a dire situation, like, oh, all shit's gonna go wrong for them, and they should have left it on a down note. But with the format of this show, obviously they like to wrap things up, start, middle, end every episode.
Yeah.
Now and then they'll do a two-parter. But I felt like it was such a dire situation that it felt like it was diminished by how quickly they got out of it.
It was very easy.
Yeah, and it removed the intimidation and the threat from these newly introduced characters. Yeah, so I don't know. It felt like a bit of a wasted opportunity. I still enjoyed it, but yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but it's like I said before. It's a show that it's because the season 1. I watched the last probably 7 or 8 episodes in a row.
Right. Okay.
I binge watched it.
Yeah.
And I think this show benefits from that, with the episodes being only 20 minutes long.
Yeah, you can just go through one after the other.
Yeah, you don't get a lot. It's like, again, you're just getting sprinklings of like things that are going to happen and all this kind of other stuff.
Yeah.
But I still enjoy it for what it is. It's just one of those things, like I say, I'm debating now whether to just leave it 2 weeks.
Yeah, and then
watch it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Double watch, or... But I don't know. I don't know when the break's coming up that it's going on again for some fucking reason.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'll stick with it.
Oh yeah, I'm
still,
still,
it's still Star Wars. I still love it. So
it's Star Wars. That's it. It's more Star Wars, and you can't beat more fucking Star Wars.
What's up? So yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about that one, Kyle. What's yours this week?
I guess I saw Spectre yesterday, but at the same time, I went to bed at 4:00 in the morning yesterday, and I woke up at 8:00 in the morning. So I was probably in no fit mood to watch a 2.5-hour film, let alone that I watched. I went to see The Last Witch Hunter beforehand because
with Vin Diesel.
For the lols, I've told you, we've talked about this. I have a card that lets me watch films for free. I'll go and see anything. And I hadn't been to the cinema all week, and I thought the only two films I hadn't seen were Spectre and The Last Witch Hunter. And I thought, fuck it, I may as well. I've got nothing better to do. And it was exactly what you'd expect. So that was
CGI madness.
Oh yeah, it was 1:40. It's certainly not the worst film I've seen this year, believe me. And yeah, it was 1:40. I got the old Star Wars trailer, and then I ran out and basically ran straight into Spectre, which is 2.5 hours long. I got the new Star Wars trailer. That was the best thing that happened to me yesterday. But yeah, I was like drifting, I guess, for the first sort of hour, maybe hour and a half. I was nodding and drifting, and then I woke up and I got my second wind for the last sort of 45 minutes. So I don't really think I can give a fair review of it. I think I need to go and see it again. I do know that the opening scene was amazing.
That's all I've heard from it. Yeah, everyone's like, "Oh, it was really all right." The opening scene was mint.
Christoph Waltz was underused as far as I could tell, and he wasn't doing his voice. He has the Christoph Waltz voice that I love, and is like, I mean, you both know the Christoph Waltz voice. It's incredible. Like, just listening to him read anything, you know what I mean? It's infinitely like 20 times better than it would be if anyone else was reading it. Like if Christopher Walken reads things, like they're just so much better to listen to when he's reading them. And he was putting on an accent, or he was like suppressing his own usual. He's got that really sharp diction. And he wasn't doing it, and so I was like, "Oh!" But yeah, he felt really underused to me, and Batista felt a bit.
Batista.
Well, I mean, I can't say that because he's Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy, and he was fucking fantastic in it. Yeah. So I actually have every faith in him now. But
did it feel like a step back for him?
Yeah, but only because he had no lines. He just felt like a typical henchman goon. To cause a bit of a ruckus. It wasn't anything like Drax, who gets like the best lines in the film and is really, really good. He just felt like the big tough guy that defends the boss. Like he wasn't really a character. He was just a man that looked tough.
Right. I did get that from the trailer.
Yeah, which is a bit of a shame because, like I said, now that I have this faith in him, I know he can act. I thought they'd give him a bit more to do, and they didn't. But yeah, it was certainly better than Quantum of Solace. It just had the unfortunate sort of circumstance of coming after Skyfall, which was incredible.
Really?
So, what, you didn't like Skyfall?
Casino Royale's better.
Well, those two are obviously better than Quantum of Solace, but yeah, like I think I just really liked the last sort of hour of Skyfall when he just goes back to his house and it's really slow and really dark.
My problem with Skyfall is that, see, the thing with James Bond to me is it feels like they're going the wrong way.
Right.
It feels like with Casino Royale, they were completely different. There was none of this gadget shit.
Yeah.
It was all just like brutish.
That was almost like a reboot, though, wasn't it?
It was like Daniel Craig just punching.
Yeah, it was a remake of a comedy Bond, wasn't it?
Well, it's the first book. The first book that Ian Fleming wrote is Casino Royale, so that's how you get introduced to Bond.
Which one? The one Pierce Brosnan or whatever it was. Everything never dies and bullshit.
That
nearly fucked everything because that was massively shit. And then they go to I felt like they peeled back all the shit with Casino Royale, and it was just a Daniel Craig punching people in the face, and that was brilliant to me.
It is really good.
The free run at the start,
really good. Yeah.
The fight in the stairwell, the whole bit with Mads Mikkelsen, tackling his balls.
Oh, don't.
The whole thing. Because then Quantum of Solace, I don't really remember, and then Skyfall, it felt like, I don't know. There was that whole convoluted plan of what's his faces.
Silvers.
Yeah.
Javier Bardem.
It's, if you strip it back, that whole plan.
It's the big Bond supervillain plan.
No, it goes back to basically he needed James Bond to get shot by that assassin, and then keep the bullet in him, and then pull the bullet out and get the prints off the bullet to get into a certain place, to find the assassin again, to get that coin off him, to go to China to do the thing, to get in the boat with the woman, to get him to put him there. And then it's one of those convoluted plans I've ever fucking heard. But I suppose it came around the time that you'd already seen that done twice with The Dark Knight and The Avengers. Oh, and also Khan, where everyone likes to get captured for a reason all of a sudden. It was just very much the thing at the time. And this one, I've heard, they're going back to that kind of like wacky Bondness.
It was definitely, I mean, it wasn't like farcical, obviously. It wasn't like,
But gadgets.
Well, not really, no. Like this is the thing. None of them have been anything like the old. You know what I mean? It's not all about his fancy spy pen. There's one gadget in it. He's got a new car, which is Bond anyway. And then he's got one gadget, which is a bit convenient, but he's got it. And it's certainly not, like winking at the camera, wisecracking, but you're right, it did feel the most
Bond.
Well, not Bond, but like old style Bond, and I mean on like a really minimal level, on like a compared to Casino Royale level, not on a Roger Moore level.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just felt like it lost a bit of the tone that I really like from like the gritty, realistic.
Yeah. This is the thing. It's another thing completely gone off topic. Is that Doctor Who?
Ugh.
Is anyone watching Doctor Who anymore?
No.
See, Doctor Who did the same thing, where it was brilliant, and then what's the guy called?
The new guy.
Oh,
Stephen Moffat.
Stephen Moffat, yeah.
He needs to go away.
Like I'm becoming more and more inclined to agree with you, but I don't understand it because he writes Sherlock, and Sherlock's fucking fantastic.
Season 3 though.
It wasn't bad.
I know, but it wasn't season 2 or season 1.
Season 1's the best, but it wasn't bad, was it? None of the episodes were bad. They just
no. It's just its general quality was definitely a step down.
The only thing that annoyed me about it, I'm an enormous Sherlock Holmes fan, like an actual Sherlock Holmes fan, and like he kept getting. I know he'd been away for 2 years or whatever, but he kept being beaten. He kept being outsmarted all season. And Sherlock Holmes is never meant to be outsmarted because he's Sherlock fucking Holmes.
Yeah,
the only person that outsmarts him is Moriarty, and it kept annoying me that like random people throughout the season were smarter than him. I was like, no, wrong. But I'm looking forward to the Christmas special, and I'm looking forward to season 4. Anyway, Stephen Moffat also wrote the best Doctor Who episode ever, which is Blink. And
this is what I mean.
Everything he wrote when he wrote one-offs every season for who ran it before, Simon, what's his name? Simon Russell, is it? That used to show run for the first 4 seasons?
I don't keep up with the minor details.
Well, when he wrote a single episode per season, they were banging. Like he was on form. And then the first season with Matt Smith was kind of cool. The overall arc was pretty cool. And then the second season with The Silence, there were some pretty good episodes in the middle.
Yeah.
But the bookends, the two in America at the start and the final and the middle one, when you find out who River is, they were all fucking phenomenal. And then he just seemed to give up, because then the season after that was god awful.
I can't even remember it after that.
Yeah, exactly. It just because it was like 7 shit episodes in a row, and then the amazing one with John Hurt and David Tennant, which was like, how can he write this and not be able to write it for the rest of the season?
Yeah.
And then the terrible Christmas special where Matt Smith died. It was fucking rubbish.
I can't even remember that.
No, exactly. I've been erased.
I always hate the Christmas specials though, because they're so shit.
Because they're
campy as fuck.
On the note of Christmas specials, does anybody watch Black Mirror? Has everybody seen Black Mirror?
I've seen Black Mirror.
Did you see the Black Mirror Christmas?
Or whatever
Oh, that is the greatest Christmas special of anything that has ever been broadcast. Watch it.
I keep meaning to watch it. I keep forgetting that it exists.
Yeah, well, go and watch it.
I've watched the whole series of Black Mirror.
Callum, have you seen Black Mirror?
I haven't.
You need to get it. I've just read recently that Netflix have signed for like 12 episodes or something. Watch Black Mirror. It's all on Netflix. It's only 6 episodes, and then the Christmas special. They are phenomenal. It is one of the best things I've ever seen.
Up,
man, it's really fucked up. It's Charlie Brooker, social commentary, just hilarious, but also makes you feel like you want to itch. Like you realize that you're basically watching your own life play out, and that it's very bad.
Oh god.
Incredible. And it's all about technology. Every episode is like a sort of dystopian future-ish where technology is playing, and it's like 1984, like there's something
right.
We've let something bad happen.
A bit Twilight Zone.
Yeah, a bit Twilight Zone. Like, so like there'll be a new app on your phone. So I'll just give you a brief example. Apart from the first episode, which is about like
Prime Minister?
Yeah, the Prime Minister, yeah, which we won't go into. So like the third episode, say, it's set in the near future, doesn't really say, and it's about Toby Kebbell, who's amazing, and his wife, and there's a new everybody has an implant in their eye. Oh, sorry, it's just in the head.
Okay.
And it records everything. So at any point during the day, you can watch back your memories or your memories. I think it records, I think it's like 10 years or something. And you can just watch back everything that you've done that day, and just how he essentially starts getting paranoid, and how that technology completely feeds into his paranoia because he can rewatch every second of the day.
Okay.
And it's hideous. Like I won't go any further into it, but it's fucking hideous. And it's so real. Like you just think we're almost like that now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's so worth watching.
Wow.
There's an episode in season 2. The second episode of season 2, when that girl wakes up and she has no memory of where she is.
Oh yeah.
That's one of the greatest TV episodes I've ever seen of anything. So Callum, yes, it's all on Netflix.
Cool.
Watch it.
That sounds interesting, man. I'll check that out.
Tracking back.
Really. Yes, sorry.
Tracking backwards. Doctor Who
Blech.
has got shit.
Yeah, and like, just to completely jump in again, I was so excited for Capaldi because everything I read was like, he's going to be dark, he doesn't like people, he's going to be angry, and then he was none of that. He was just another guy that Clara
He was Matt
bossed
Smith,
around.
but older.
Yeah, and she
He
was
was
just like,
not even good Matt Smith, late Matt Smith.
Yeah.
Where everything was just pointless.
Yeah, and then Clara
campy and
fucking
shit.
She's just like she's like in charge of him. She's like his mum. She's like, stop doing that. It's very silly. And he's like, oh, sorry. When he should be like, fuck off.
Yeah. When I think back to it, David Tennant's run was...
Yeah, it was the strongest. Of course it was. Yeah, absolutely.
Even Christopher Eccleston's run was fantastic.
Yeah. But that was one season, so it had all the value of being strong. And then Tennant had 3 seasons that were really, really strong.
Yeah.
And then, Matt Smith's first 2 were pretty good. And now it's just lost its
steady decline. But yeah, that's tying all the way back to James Bond.
God Christ, I remember I was reviewing James Bond, wasn't I?
Yeah, that's the way I feel about James Bond. It's going in the wrong fucking direction.
I'm not so invested in Bond that
I don't care.
No, exactly.
But it's like Casino Royale.
I guess it's a shame, isn't it? After Casino Royale and Skyfall. I still don't know if it's his last one. I can't remember. I keep hearing conflicting things about whether or not.
Yeah, me too.
But I kind of hope it isn't, because he'll get to do the 25th and that'll be a big thing. But I really want Idris Elba to be Bond. And if he started...
That would be fantastic.
It would be a pretty big way to introduce. Here's the 25th Bond, and you get a new Bond, and it's Idris Elba, and it's amazing. So that, but yeah, I guess I finally caught up with The Walking Dead as well. I don't know if we can talk about that, but I finally caught up with The Walking Dead, and it's...
Callum?
Do you watch The Walking Dead?
I still haven't seen anything from this season.
Okay, well then I won't say anything, but I think.
Have you watched up until this season?
Yeah, I watched the finale.
Right, I'll
of
link
last
you
season.
I'll link you next season then, because you need to get the catch the fuck up.
Then we can talk about it on here.
Yeah.
But I think the first 3 episodes of this season have been really, really strong. I think it's got off to an absolute corker of a start. It's fucking
They
brilliant
tend to
so
do
far.
this, don't they?
Do you see what I mean?
And then
Like,
it dips a bit.
Do you feel like you don't care?
No, not at all. I remember we were talking about this the other day, that you watch it, you feel like it's like an obligation to watch it, and I completely don't feel like that. I think the thing that gets me about The Walking Dead, that I think puts a lot of people off, is they think, oh, it's zombies, it's zombies, it's zombies. But it's so, I mean, everybody knows this, but it's about the people. It's got nothing to do with the zombies.
Yeah, it's
and I'm still
how
so
they
interested
react,
in the people. I'm still so interested in every character. Rick especially. Rick is like a fucking enigma. I love Rick. I love that I have no idea what he's ever thinking and doing. And I think, that's not lost me yet. I don't know if it will. Maybe by the end of this season I'll change my mind. But currently, I am glad to watch it every week. I look forward to it. Carol is the tits. Carol might be better
so
than Rick.
cool.
Carol is fucking brilliant.
Last season turned her into an absolute badass.
She's so fucking badass. And I also I've got 1 episode of The Leftovers. I've watched the first 3. I think there was episode 4 was last week. I know no one else in the fucking world watches The Leftovers. But here's a note. You all should. It's amazing. That's my week.
Cool. How is this turning into your week?
I'm just talking about those are the things I can review from the week. Spectre, Walking Dead.
I mean, we can track back to the start if you want to talk about other things you've done this week.
Yeah, okay. So on Monday, I went
right. Now Kyle's reviewed his life.
Yeah.
Let's move into the main topic of this show. Of this week's show.
Main topic.
Callum, that isn't a thing. We're not
show, thing.
That's not a thing.
It's
not
so
a thing. Not a
thing.
Which is Paris Games Week. And basically, mainly Sony's bit, because was anyone else there? I don't know.
Were they? If they were, it completely passed me by.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I mean, we're very heavily involved in the PlayStation community.
That's true. Like, I would have ignored anything anyway, but
yeah.
I think Nintendo announced a mobile game, but then delayed it or something.
on stage.
Coming out tomorrow. Oh shit! No, next year.
But yeah, I was going to run down a list of trailers.
Okay, let me.
You have this list. I did send you these lists.
Yes.
Starting off with Hitman.
Yeah, does anybody care about Hitman?
Yes, I care about Hitman.
See, so my relationship with Hitman is that I've seen you play it a lot, Jim. I remember
Blood Money was fantastic.
Yeah, you used to play it all the time, and I used to enjoy watching you play it. I think I've seen that level at the Opera House about 600 times. I have, what was the one on the PS3 that came out just after Dishonored?
Absolution.
I've got it, and I played it, and I really enjoyed the first 3 missions, and then I just stopped playing it, and I don't know why, and I should go back to it because everyone said it was amazing. But yeah,
not really a Hitman game though.
I guess I'm interested in this one. The trailer looks, it just looks like a Hitman game, doesn't it? They've got a formula and they're sticking with it.
This is basically, this game is going to be a platform.
But it's so big, that level from that demo is enormous.
I don't think you're going to get the whole,
that's what I think. You can't possibly. That's like a city. How would you ever know what you were doing?
Yeah. Well, basically, you're going to get, they're going to release the game with so many missions, and then it's going to keep adding missions to it.
Oh, that's cool. Like Destiny, except not.
Yeah, you can either pay a certain amount and get a certain amount of missions, or pay £60 and then just download all the other missions when they come.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, it looks interesting because I'm a big fan of Blood Money, and the thing I didn't like about Absolution is it wasn't really a Hitman game. Blood Money was just every mission was a contract,
right?
Yeah, and you could just go approach it a whatever way. So more of that, I'm fucking down for, to be fair, because it's one of those games that you can just kind of, I'm going to do one mission, then put it down. There's not really a story to it. I don't care about story. I'm just there to approach a fucking contract, kill a motherfucker, and do it in the most boss way possible, so no one knows I was there. Right. Another one we were talking about before the podcast. Detroit Become Human.
Yes.
Callum, since you're apparently a David Cage fan, I'll let you take.
I am a David Cage fan, absolutely. So David Cage, Quantic Dream Lord and Savior. They made Heavy Rain, and then they did Beyond Two Souls, which completely divided audiences everywhere. But most people that played Heavy Rain absolutely loved it.
I love the demo.
They released a technical demo called Kara a couple of years ago. I don't know exactly when it was.
I thought it was last E3, like 14, but maybe I'm wrong.
No, I think it was even longer.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. But yeah, and it was just showing how far they've come in technical development and all this kind of thing. And it looked so good, and I was so interested by the story that I was like, why the fuck are they not making this into a game? And then they announced this, and I lost my absolute shit. David Cage is the man. Because I waited so long for Beyond Two Souls to come out. And the night I got it, played it for 12 hours straight and finished it. No joke. Yeah, I just love this kind of storytelling, and it's so different to what else is in development at the moment. And I don't see that as a bad thing. I see it as a different thing, and it's not exactly what I'd want for every single gaming experience. But I think he's doing his own thing, and that should be encouraged rather than pushed aside because it's so different.
Of course.
But yeah, so
like you say, if it was run of the mill, then it'd be less interesting. But if he's the only guy doing it, then of course it stands out and it's worth doing.
Yeah, well, that's it. So it's like it's based on a android, female android who
artificial intelligence.
Yeah,
Ex Machina.
Pretty much Ex Machina.
Pretty much Ex Machina.
She goes out into the world and
without
sees
Oscar Isaac dancing
all that kind
in
of
his
stuff.
personal disco.
Yeah, I think it has a lot of potential, and I'm very excited for it.
Yes.
I probably won't play it if it's anything like the other two.
But
it looks nice.
I won't say a thing.
Okie dokie then.
Moving on.
On.
Wild.
I'm torn on this one.
I am also mildly indifferent, I suppose.
Yeah.
I remember when the announcement trailer came, I was like, "Ooh, hello," and now I'm a bit like, "Okay."
No, a bit like
basically where I'm at the minute.
It just looks like
it looks
another
interesting.
World game, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The camera angle looks weird to me. It was not how I was expecting. I was expecting a more third person. It's kind of got this bit of a.
It's a bit further back.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit high up as well. It's kind of got this weird angle to it. But the whole concept of being able to take over animals and that kind of shit, it intrigues me.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of a weird
I'll have to see
comparison,
more.
But it's kind of reminding me of the Lego games. When you have to switch character because they have a certain role.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that.
That's all it was screaming at me. It was like, oh, you need to use this rabbit to go and do this, which is going to distract these people, and then you can go in. Yeah. It's like
you ride a bear that takes down the people.
Yeah, an adult Lego game kind of thing.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'll see I'll give it a bit more.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe something will come out before it comes out, and I'll change my mind. But for now, I'm just sort of removed from it. It doesn't really interest me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm on the same thing.
But moving on again.
Oh, if this is the list, then I know exactly what you're going to say, and this is the polar opposite reaction.
I'll let you two kind of riff on this one, because this one to me isn't really. I don't really care, to be fair. Horizon Zero
Dawn.
Callum, excited?
It looks amazing. It looks amazing. Kyle,
it looks
excited?
fucking incredible. It looks amazing. It looks so good.
I've never been so excited for a game like a new IP, apart from maybe The Last of Us.
Yeah, The Last of Us, but that's got Naughty Dog attached to it, so I'll always be excited about
that.
You're
like
right. I think it's been a long while since I've been excited about a new IP.
And from Guerrilla Games, no less.
I mean, I'm a Killzone fan.
I am too.
So
I thoroughly enjoy Shadowfall.
About how I didn't enjoy, or at least I wasn't too big on Shadowfall, but I loved 3. I played 3 to death.
Yeah.
I platinumed 3. So that, but it just looks fucking brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so interesting. It looks so intriguing, and the world looks so fucking cool. Like,
the way that you could, there's so many different ways you could approach a situation.
I know.
Like how you could attack this giant dinosaur thing.
I know, like to hook it down or to blow its own gun off and shoot
use
it with
that against it.
Oh, and then that bit when she needs the resources from the herd, so she wires up the traps and like ambushes them, so they run through between the trees.
Yeah,
It's fucking
brilliant.
brilliant.
And they all
Oh,
act like a herd and all this. Kind of
yeah,
stuff.
even though they're robots. What the fuck are they?
I can't wait for this game.
I can't wait. Does anybody know when it's out? It's out now. Can I have it now? When
It just says next year, I think.
Oh, you fuckers! It'll be like next December or something, won't it? You
Yeah,
cunts.
but I can't wait.
No, neither can I, Callum. I'm right there with you. I'm so excited for this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Jesus.
Right,
Anyway,
you good?
no, because it's not out yet and I can't play it.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, it looks nice, but whatever. Moving on.
Yep.
To rigs.
Yeah, this is Gorilla Cambridge.
Yes,
What?
this looks fucking interesting to me.
Is it?
What were you going to say, Kyle?
I was just going to say, is it just an online shooter? Like, is it just like a co-op? Not a co-op, sorry, multiplayer. Is that what it is?
It's a multiplayer VR online shooter.
It was
Only
announced
VR?
before VR,
Yeah.
though. Before it was announced for VR. So I don't know if it's only VR.
I think it's only VR. Well, I think it's primarily VR.
Well, it looks fun as hell in a VR situation.
It's like, it's just like a normal multiplayer shooter, but you've all got those rigs which are like fan-operated jetpacks, essentially, right?
They're like mechs, kind of.
And so you think it's just a VR game, like a first-person shooter, but in those? Is that what you think, Jim? You don't think there's
basically, I'm just
like a third-person option or a first-person option, but non-VR?
I'm expecting it. I think it came. I didn't see the conference myself, but I'm pretty sure it came in the VR section.
Okay.
It
Callum,
did.
you watched
It did.
Did it come
Yeah,
in the VR section?
it did come in the VR section. But I think that's just because that's the update on this game, is that it's also compatible with VR.
Okay.
I don't think it will be exclusive. I think they'd be missing out on a lot of people.
I don't think so. I think it'd be great. It's one of those games.
Oh, it would be great VR.
that
It would
sell.
be.
But I don't
You think
it's
it
enough
would
to sell
be
VR.
there to sell the VR platform, Jim?
I think it'd be a great way to sell because I wouldn't buy it if it wasn't VR.
Oh, okay.
That's the way I look at it. If it's not got VR attached to it, to me that's just another first-person shooter.
But either way,
It's just title
here it is. VR is attached to it.
Yeah. But that's what, to me, when I saw it, when I saw VR, I was like, right, I want that. I'd rather be sat there and just be kind of turning my head left and right in this kind of. I can imagine it'd be a lot more fast-paced when you're using your actual head to look left and right.
It would be terrifying.
It would be. Yeah.
It would be brilliant.
I'm still
I think
completely
it'd be so
unclear
fun.
on all of the VR stuff. Like, not that I don't want to try it, but yeah, it just baffles me.
Why does it baffle you?
Because I can't imagine what it would look and feel like simultaneously to jump around and fly around in a mech when you're stood still on the floor. Like my friend was telling me that one of his friends he went to uni with came out of uni and started a company that got bought by Facebook.
Oculus?
No, they now work with VR headsets, but and he went to his place of work to try out a VR headset.
When was this?
A couple of months ago.
Right.
And he was saying that you can't move, obviously, because in a very scientific way, your brain can't handle it. Like if you he was playing a game where it was a first person shooter and it started him on a train and he had a gun, he could look down, he could pick up the gun and he could shoot the gun, and then it would teleport him to the next location and he would stand up and shoot more people, and then it would teleport him to the next location, because the guy was telling him that if in the game you look down at your feet and you're moving and it's got the vibration of a person running, but you're not actually running, the inner ear function between the headphones that you're wearing makes you want to throw up, because your ears know that you're not running and they know that you don't have any balance problems and that you're just stood still, but you can see and it feels like you're running, and your brain just goes nope. And so I can't see how jumping around on a rig, this is what I mean. I'm not saying it doesn't work and that the game's bad, and I might be completely missing the point here, but there's something I'm missing where I can't imagine sitting down with a VR headset. How do you play a game where you jump around on these mechs? Like, how does that physically work? What do you press?
It's like you're physically sat in the mech.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But then how do you move? If this thing Josh told me is true.
Because you're sat in the mech.
Yeah. Like, so what do you just press to jump? Like, how do you run?
You press X.
I
It's like a press X to jump, left to go forward, and then it's the right trigger that I'm not sure what they do with now.
Yeah. Oh, because it's like you hold two separate things, right?
But it's like, to be honest, everything would still be the same. But it's like you've got two camera settings, like, so you can control the right stick to move the rig left and right, but you can look differently to it.
Yeah, because obviously,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, obviously, the look is like as whatever your arc of your head turn is, obviously. Yeah, I don't know. I'm obviously missing something between.
I definitely want VR.
Move. You have to stand still, obviously, when you're playing the game.
But there are demos with the PlayStation one where you move.
That's what I mean, exactly. That I'm obviously missing something here because I just don't know how.
I think it's something we're going to have to experience to understand.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I'm sure that I'm just wrong in every way, but I just.
This is the problem with VR. It's hard to sell it. It's hard to sell.
Yeah, exactly. Especially at console price to be like, yeah, just pay £300. I promise it works.
Yeah.
Like, no. Like, unless I'm hoping that like game stores get them in and that we can go in.
Yeah, demo.
That would be perfect. If it's literally just like take it on faith alone, then I'm not really willing to spend £300 on it.
Yeah.
But if I get to try one and it's as badass as I'm hoping, then I may have to get one.
Absolutely.
There's demos like the one where you're in the shark cage as well.
Yeah, exactly. But there you just stood still. You're just experiencing that, aren't you? That's not really a game as much as here's what the VR headset can do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to get it, especially if things like No Man's Skies are attached, and especially this game. This game looks fun to me.
Not as much as the one you're gonna mention in a couple of minutes.
That
one looks better to me.
Oh yeah. Well, before we get there was also the new trailer, the final, I assume, release trailer for Battlefront.
Woo!
Yeah,
boy. Love that game.
With the heroes, you get to see all the heroes that we hadn't seen.
And villains.
Oh, sorry, and villains.
Yeah, I just want to be Palpatine. That is basically my mission.
Yes, we know.
Didn't they also announce a new mode where it's 3 villains vs 3 heroes?
I don't know.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, there's like heroes versus villains basically, and you've got 3 villains, 3 heroes.
So Leia, Han, and Luke against Vader, Palpatine, and Boba, right? Or can you pick?
It's kind of one-sided,
really,
but yeah.
Yeah, you can't all just be Vader and all just be Luke.
No, yeah, it's one of each, and then I think there may be other people who are playing as.
It's like soldiers in the middle.
Yeah.
Well, we can do that if that is a mode that you've not just made up. Then we can play that. Us 3. There's 3 of us. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, but again, I just want to be Palpatine.
That's fine. You can be Palpatine. I'll be Vader.
I'll be Boba.
Yeah.
I'll be Boba. Very happy to be Boba.
Actually, to be honest, I'd like to jump a bit out. I'll play as anyone. It'd be fun to switch-a-roos.
We are now. What day is it today? We are now.
It's on the 1st. Today is the 1st
20?
of
November.
So 18 days. It's on the 19th, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, 18 days. 2 weeks and 4 days, boys.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nearly there. Fucking hell. But anyway, the last one on this list, unless any of you got any more.
Nope.
Is
we'll talk in a second. Go.
Robinson.
Yeah,
which I assume is taken from Robinson Crusoe.
It is, yeah, because when I first saw the name, I was like, cool. And then a fucking mech droid appeared, and then dinosaurs appeared. I was like, this isn't Robinson Crusoe. What the fuck's going on?
I think you play as a young boy that's been lost on a planet.
Yes, you do. Well, that's what I read.
Yeah, I'm not sure how. I assume it's going to be like an adventure puzzle game, maybe.
I think the same. It looked to me like it was probably going to be. You can't really fight. I don't imagine you're going to be killing dinosaurs.
No.
I think that droid is going to be like your assistant, and he's going to talk you through getting off the island or escaping or whatever the hell.
Oh god, just seeing everything with the VR in that game.
I know, man.
Sounds like an awesome
it was
concept.
Cool. It was cool to watch, but I want to watch it on a VR. You know what I mean? Like.
I want to be passing under dinosaurs.
Yeah, and again, that had so much movement in it that, like, once again, it just proves how wrong I must be about this VR thing. Cause
if any trailer from that conference sold me on VR, it was this one.
Absolutely, I agree with you, Callum. That was mainly because I didn't know Riggs was VR and I didn't care about No Man's Sky being VR. But yeah, I agree, Callum. This one is the one that sold me so far on VR. I really would like to play it.
Yes.
Yeah, this is done well to kind of making me definitely want VR, because without a kind of, announcements of games and stuff,
Yeah.
it was a bit difficult to, especially when we don't know a price point.
No.
But if we've got certain games like this and rigs and hopefully No Man's Sky attached, I'm definitely willing to buy it.
Yeah, I just really want to try one. I've never tried any VR, and I'd really, really like to try one.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, is there anyone else got any other games?
I was just going to say that there was Uncharted 4 multiplayer.
There
footage,
was,
and
of course.
I'm an enormous Uncharted fan, and I'm an enormous Uncharted multiplayer fan. And it's really weird to see all the stuff they've changed, all the power-ups, which was never a thing.
Yeah.
It's become a lot more. Well, I mean, I don't think it looks bad. It just looks a lot more like strange and arcadey to see Elena set on fire and jump up and disappear, and all the other things that weren't in the original 2 and 3s and multiplayer was essentially just the same mechanics as the story,
Yeah.
but in an arena, and you could jump up and down and pick up weapons and kill each other. And now it looks like it's got a bit more of a twist on it. But
yeah, I definitely didn't see that coming, especially with the amount of realism that you see from the previous trailers for this game.
Yes, and the fact that they've rewritten the story to make it like a good. I never expected them to go, yeah, but the multiplayer will be ridiculous.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'll try it. I'm sure it'll be really fun, and I'll really enjoy it. But if it isn't, I'll still have the story to play.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? It's not like I'm going to lose out because the multiplayer is not bad.
Yeah. Especially with Uncharted, it's a very secondary experience.
It is. I agree with you. Like, I'm there entirely for the story, and this is the final one, so I am going to be beyond invested. And then if the multiplayer is good, it'll be an added treat once I'm finished.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Well, unless anyone else got anything else to add, we're done. We've hit the end.
Kyle, did we hear back from Jake?
No. Well, you said that he messaged you.
He did.
I assume you might hear.
I sent him an early edited version of the podcast last week.
Yeah.
And he said thank you and all that, but he never got back in touch. So I was hoping that he had said something to you.
Traveling? What did he say he was doing?
He just said he was traveling and he would have liked to listen to the podcast.
Well, he might have been either visiting his girlfriend or he might be out with his theatre company. So maybe he's a bit busy to either listen to it or reply. But
yeah.
If I do hear anything, you will be the first to know. And if you hear anything, let me know.
Yeah. Stay tuned for that.
Jake, especially. Jake, stay tuned for your own reply.
We'll try and find out next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anyone actually,
People do listen to us. I've got stats to prove it.
People in America listen to it.
Yeah.
Shout outs to our fans in America.
Shout out.
You are. Hi.
How's it going?
Yeah, well, that version you did last week, I assume, was heavily edited because I haven't listened to it.
It was definitely
heavily edited.
Mostly because it would have been about 2 hours long if it wasn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fine. All's well. Let's get on with it.
Good. Well, let's get the bits and bobs out of the way, I suppose.
Yeah.
If you, firstly, rate us on iTunes, if anyone's done that. I don't know if anyone's done that.
Are we allowed
They
to
might have done, they might not
done highly on iTunes?
I think even if they had rated us in another country, we wouldn't be able to see it anyway. So,
good.
Rate us, subscribe to us, continue to listen to this fucking drivel. And
it's all free of charge, man. It's free drivel.
Also, subscribe to us on YouTube.
Yeah,
Three Nerdsketeers.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
If you would like to contact us via email, I mean, like I said, the title of this show, I wouldn't suggest it. But
oh god,
especially if it's about personal matters, because apparently I offend everyone. But
insensitive.
send them emails to thethreenerdsketeers@gmail.com. You can also find us on Twitter and Instagram at the Nerdsketeers. And yeah, where can they get in touch with you, fucking losers?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram, Kyle Kerr.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Callum Hurrell, which is CALLUMHURRELL.
Callum, one day you won't have to spell that.
I'll have to spell it every time.
One day.
Someone will write in and be like, how do you fucking spell that name?
But yeah, until next week.
Yeah.
What is it? Peace, love, and none of the above.
Absolutely.
Yes,
I
it
forgot
is.
about that.
Oh man.
It's goodbye from me.
Yep. It's goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me. In a bitch.
In a bitch.
In a bitch. That's basically what that song's about.
Yeah, exactly. That song's shit. Whereas the equivalent of that in Beauty and the Beast is The Tale as Old as Time, which is an absolute banger.
Yeah,
So
but
shut up.
the whole Beauty and the Beast thing don't make sense. Why the fuck would she fall in love with a big hairy man?
Because that's the point, Jim. It's about
It's
beauty, man.
bullshit. It's crap.
She's the Beast.
It's crap, mate. It's crap. Like half the Disney stuff doesn't make fucking sense.
You mean like when that lion rules over the entire
Shut
animal
up!
kingdom of
Look,
Africa? And no,
shut up.
they don't eat each other because he's Mufasa the king.
They do eat.
Fucking don't eat each other.
They
Shut the
do,
fuck up.
but they just respect the fact that it's fucking Mufasa.
It's Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Look, shut up. Aladdin's the tits anyway.